I'm here in New York City, headed to Toronto, Canada, and I want to share something very important with you because I've seen this over and over and over and over and over and over, and I want to just educate you, just to look out for it. So if it happens, you'll understand what's happening, and you'll understand how to deal with this situation. So it's very unique. I want to share something with you today that's says I love New York. I love New York. I'm here in New York, headed to Toronto, Canada, and then headed to Europe this evening. Very, very, very important concept I want to share with you. That will change your life. That will make you successful effortlessly. Because some people do get successful effortlessly. It doesn't mean that they're not doing nothing. They get successful effortlessly because they are naturally following a principle that leads them to success. And that principle is they do not settle. They do not settle for comfort zone. They do not settle for a mediocre life. Naturally, they listen to their gut feeling. They listen to their inner self, their soul. Our sole purpose here on earth is to expand, do better, okay? Do better. Always topping what we have done before. That's growing. So we need to grow. So now, what is it that some people do effortlessly to make them successful is that they do not fight to keep their limitation. What does that mean? Fight to keep my limitation? What does that mean? It means when a roadblock shows up, you do not just say, yeah, I gotta handle this. This is happening to me for a reason. Hold on, let's get rid of this noise in the background. Now I'll tell you a story that happened to me. Well, I witnessed a story.
Welcome to Oregon Flight 7635 with service to Montreal. This time, like 2 for priority boarding. Choose customers either in zone 1 to 1 are able to board through gate 52 at this time.
I witnessed a story.
Continue priority boarding by those customers either in zones 1 and 2. 1 and 2 are able to board through gate 52
I'll tell you a story.
at this
Hold
time
on.
for Oregon Flight 7635 to Montreal.
Hold on. After this announcement, I'll tell you a story. So I went to the doctors, to my doctor, for a regular checkup. I have to do that every 6 months or so to make sure I'm fine physically. And there was a student there, or a young guy. He seemed to be an international student. He didn't have his Ontario health card. So this was Monday, and apparently he was there on Sunday. He was there on Sunday to see the doctor, and the doctor charges, if you don't have a health card, the doctor charges $90 per visit. It takes like 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes. But every time you see the doctor and you do not have an Ontario health card, you have to pay them $90 for that visit. So this guy does not have a health card, so he paid his $90. But he was there on Sunday really to get a doctor's note to take to his employer. Listen to me, follow the story. Sorry about the competing announcement.
Once again, all customers, all roles are invited to
This,
board through gate 52 at this
sorry,
time for aircraft flight
hold for this.
7635 to Montreal. We do thank you for choosing Air Canada members.
I'm going to Toronto, not Montreal. my amazing friend Charles and Dr. Charles live in Montreal. So now it's quiet again. So this guy, follow along. If you're now joining, you need to hear the story, how it's a phenomenal story of this person fighting for his limitation. And it's sad. Well, we were all there one time or the next, but when you realize how bad it is, you will stop fighting for your limitation. So it's sad. It's Monday. I'm at the doctor's, in line to go and get the results of my blood test and meet the doctor. So this guy is here. He's like, okay, I'm here to collect my doctor's note. The receptionist says, well, you'd have to see the doctor again. Every time you come to this clinic, you have to see the doctor, and if you don't have a health card, you have to pay the $90. So the guy's like, I was here yesterday. I saw the doctor, and all I had to do is pay $25 to get my doctor's note. So he was here on the Sunday. He saw the doctor and everything, joined the line, came back out to the reception area. But he didn't have $25 to pay to get the doctor's note. He had more than the 25. He had 40, he had 50, he had 100. He did not have $25 exactly. The receptionist does not take debit or credit card. The receptionist didn't have any change to give the guy. If he give her 30 or 40, she didn't have change to give him. This is a very interesting story. It's very funny and silly, but the lesson to be learned from this is phenomenal. Now, the receptionist tells the guy that, hey, you can come back later, or go get the exact money. We only charge the exact money. So the guy gave her $90 already, and he needs to give her another $25 cash, which he doesn't have exactly that amount. He has more. This is Sunday. This happened the day before I was there. Now, the receptionist says, come back when you have the exact amount. So he figured he can come back Monday with the $25. That's when I met him. So he's right in line and said, here's my $25. I'd like my doctor's note. The receptionist working on the Monday says, excuse me, sir, but you'd have to see the doctor again.
Once again, we are boarding all passengers, all customers on flight.
He's like, what?
Canada flight 7635.
That's my flight.
To Montreal, all
no, that's not my flight.
From gate 52.
After this announcement, I'll continue again. So he's like, I don't need to see the doctor. I'm only here for a doctor's note. The receptionist went in, asked the doctor what we should do. She comes back out and said, okay, sir, we understand your issue. However, you don't have to pay $90 today. You can pay $45, half the amount. But you also need to pay your $25 for your doctor's note again. And the guy lost it. Well, I'm standing there. I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. It was not his fault. He couldn't really get the doctor's note the day before. Well, technically it wasn't. I don't know what to say, but the story is not about who's at fault here. The story is he's there. He's there 2 days, paying $90 the first day, 45 plus another 25. That's 50, 70, 90, and 70. That's $160. He's at the doctor's Sunday and Monday, paying a total of $160 just to get a doctor's note to give to his employer. To give to his employer, his boss, so he can keep his job. Are you kidding me? I don't know. In this story, what do you think about this story? I think it's very unfortunate. It's sad what society has become, how people work within these rules that really You're not bounded by these rules. You don't need to go to the
Once
doctor
again, final boarding
to,
call
for, for a
7635
damn
with service to Montreal. To confirm passengers should be
note
aboard through
just to
gate
keep
52
your
at
job.
this
If
time.
your
Final
job,
boarding call.
if your job and your boss can't understand that you need a day off or something, okay, and they're gonna fire you just because you don't have a doctor's note, that's a blessing in disguise. If you have to go to the doctor just to get a note to keep your job, this is sad. And you know, as an entrepreneur, I'll say, fire your job. Fire your job. Come on, man. You have to stop. You do all this just to keep your limitation, your job. And maybe 2 weeks later, you go to your workplace and your boss is like, hey, we're actually moving our operation to a different state or city or province or country. What are you gonna do then? There's no such thing as job security. So this story hit me so hard because I remember when I used to be a subcontractor in the construction industry, there was a few guys there, gangster guys, from a Central American country, and they're associated with a very notorious gang, and I didn't know this, but they were subcontracting for this company, and they were there so long that they wanted to limit the pace of the company and say, okay, we are here so long, we have all the employees under us, so we're gonna tell you if we go fast or slow, and there's nothing you can do about that. Now, when I came in, the vice president really loved the way I work because I was ethical. I was doing the work. I wasn't adding an extra hour in the morning, an extra hour in the evening, taking long breaks. I was getting the work done. So the vice president started to give me I came as an employee, and then he said, hey, do you want to subcontract? Because your work ethics is phenomenal. So I said, yes, I'll subcontract. While I was still an employee, I was also being a subcontractor at that same construction company. So after a while, my crew started to grow from 1 to 2 to 5 to 10 to 20 guys in my crew. And now the guys that were there before, started threatening me and say, hey, we're gonna break your legs if you don't leave. So I'm like, wow, this is quite interesting. What do I do? I wasn't a pushover, but I realized that, hey, this shit is serious and there's no need. They started sabotaging my stuff and making, it was known what they were doing. So at one point I said, this is not worth it. I am not gonna fight for my limitation. I'm gonna move on. Look where I am today. I'm here at the airport in New York. My family, my wife's family are actually mourning the loss of her grandfather right now. So that's why I was here. And I'm headed to Toronto because I have a flight out to Europe tonight. And so I'm able to travel the world, inspire people. Just 2 days ago, I was in North Carolina, Charlotte, sharing stage with the phenomenal Les Brown, inspiring people how to live their best life ever. A day before, I was in Las Vegas with Laura Langmeyer at a mastermind on financial literacy and the best ways to operate businesses here in the U.S. Tomorrow, I'll be in Europe, in Vienna, in Denmark, in London, UK, meeting with ambassadors and world leaders. Come on, man. How does this happen, right? For you, sometimes you may watch what I'm doing and think this is happening for this guy effortlessly. Some of it does happen now, but there were tough times. There were some really rough times. But all the rough times and the tough time lives in the mind. And from the time you start looking at things differently, it'll happen for you. And the number one advice I can give you is stop Stop fighting for your limitation. If you just stay at rest, stay in the middle, okay? Naturally, your soul, your heart, your desire, the spiritual being in you, God will lead you to do something better, something good, something that will make the world a better place, right? However, you're not able to succeed because you are all up in your own mind and your own head. Hi, sir. Greetings from Ghana. Amazing. I love Ghana. Well, I need to visit Ghana. I haven't visited Ghana yet. I have amazing friends in Ghana, Patrick. So God is God. He's the creator. He wants what's best for his children, all of his children, the entire world. And from the time you stop fighting for your limitation, you will succeed effortlessly. I've been searching for the answer, but the answer is in front of your face. Just observe what happens. This guy went to the doctor 2 days in a row, having to pay double just to get a note to give to his supervisor to keep his job. I'm like, oh my God. He's begging to stay behind. He's begging to not succeed. Okay? You don't have to, he's not only begging, he's paying to hold himself back. So I'm not saying all jobs are bad. Having a good job, good benefit, whatever it is, if that's your desire, that's your passion, that's what you went to university 4 years, 10 years for, do it. If it pays the bill, take care of your family, and it's very secure, and every year you're having at least 3% raise to compensate for inflation, plus a little bit more, it means you're bringing value to your workplace. Not everybody needs to be an entrepreneur because the journey is very difficult. And you don't want to quit cold turkey and say, okay, I'm going to start my own thing. And most businesses fail. Most businesses fail because you don't, I say this, if nobody will hire you, why would you hire you? So you must be an exceptional employee, outgrowing your space there, and then start doing your thing on the side until it's paying you enough to stand on your own. Okay, so that's what I do. I coach and mentor my clients on transitioning from being an employee to self-employed, because it's a transition. You have to do the grunt work a little bit. You have to be employee. When I see young kids, I say, hey, work every job you can. McDonald's, cleaning, land mowing. Why? The experience. You get paid to learn skills. If you're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, work everywhere. Don't stay too long. Every year change your job. By the time you're 20, 21, you can start your own business, if not earlier, okay? But you need to get the experience. Then you be a sole proprietor. Then after a while, you get into cooperation. If you have good advice and a good team around you, you can start a cooperation earlier, but it's a lot of paperwork, and you have to learn a little bit of a tax codes to get the benefits. However, just work hard, and go after your desire, your true heart desire. What you were born for. We're all born with a gift and talent, a purpose. And if we all do what we were brought in this world to do, the world will be a phenomenal place. That's why we have problems in the world today, because some rich and powerful people trying to keep power and just keep getting richer. But everybody has a gift and talent with the answer to change this world. And if you know you have your gift and talent and you're hearing this message, it's for you. Start doing what you are meant to do. Ivory Coast, Christina. Wow, Ivory Coast. Phenomenal. Thank you for joining from Ivory Coast, Ghana, Africa. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This message is for you. Chris is joining from London, UK. I'm going to be there in a few days. And so I'm at the airport right now. I don't know if you can see outside, but I wanted to share this message that you need to stop fighting for your limitation. Okay? Stop fighting for your limitation. Just do what you're meant to do. You have a gift and talent that you are meant to bring to this world. Okay? So, if you like this message, leave a comment below, ask a question. You need some help with this stuff, message me. Share this message in a group or tag somebody below that needs to hear this message. If you know somebody who is fighting for their limitation, holding themselves back, self-sabotaging themselves without knowing what they're doing, and they're trying a million things to be successful. No matter what you try to be successful, if you are holding yourself back, if you're fighting for your limitation, you're just going to get to keep that limitation. Okay? So it's time that you start doing what you're meant to do. Bring your gift and talent to the table and change the world. Thanks for joining. This has been Dr. Raymond Carlisle with you, live from New York City, LaGuardia International Airport. I'll see you soon.